It's Eric Bakker, naturopath. Thank you for coming back. I just completed a video talking about natural treatment for candida or gut issues, and this is now a video talking about the importance of natural treatment for blastocystis and parasites. Now, most people I have worked with over the years with parasites, particularly conditions involving dientamoeba, fragilis, or Blastocystis hominis, or parasites of that nature, most of these people we can tend to improve to a very significant level of health without pharmaceutical intervention. But there'll always be that one odd person that we can't really do much for. I've got the odd patient here or there. I've got a patient, I believe, in Norway at the moment who's undergoing a special pharmaceutical treatment for parasites. And this will be no doubt through the Centre for Digestive Diseases, likely in Sydney, Australia. Those are exceptions, not the rule. Okay. With this particular case I've worked on now for some time, and every route is failing when it comes to just about any natural treatment that we're using on this particular gentleman. That's very rare. In most cases we get a significant improvement with parasites using natural treatment. There are a couple of things I'd like to explain in this video that you may not really be aware of, but when it comes to organisms like Blastocystis, I've learned it's no point going after blasto initially. The most important thing you can do is assess the gut and then try and really work on taking out various bacteria and yeast initially. And I always find that blasto's foothold weakens over time. So instead of when we do repeated stool tests, we don't tend to see blasto then in the future in all three samples. We tend to see it in two or one sample, and eventually it loses steam and it goes down, and it's gone. And that could take 6 months, it could take 1 year, but it's the natural way. The pharmaceutical way fails in many cases. I've read many studies on blastocystis that say 90% plus successful using, ABC drug. But in my clinic experience, that's a load of bull, because so many people I know have had blasto, have had pharmaceutical treatment, and the stool test results come back still showing blasto, okay, in a large amount of cases. So I don't know where they're getting this 90% from, because I'm seeing it more like 9% from where I'm sitting. I just don't see this really in my clinic. So people with parasites and blasto need to make changes on various levels. I've talked enough about lifestyle changes on this channel, so often that they could well involve an occupation change, or a lifestyle change, or a residential change, a relationship change. Some change needs to occur. A diet change needs to occur. So, and then a natural treatment plan needs to be put in there that's appropriate for that patient, depending on their level of yeasts, bacteria, and parasites in general. So there are no cookie cutter protocols in my clinic. There are no paint by number systems where people get put on all exactly the same things, because we're living in the real world. Okay, everybody is unique and different. Everybody needs a slightly different take on their treatment to get the most effectiveness. But when you put a pharmaceutical approach and a natural approach side by side, the natural approach always wins, hands down, every single time. Right? Apart from those very rare cases that we get where we've exhausted all options for the patient, and then we need to bring out drugs, to really make a difference. And in that case, there is going to be a fallout for the patient and a side effect, but we can clean that up over time. I'm not anti-pharmaceutical medicine. I'm anti-over-prescribing and using it as a first port of call. That's what I'm not really happy for that scenario. I believe the best approach is the natural approach first. It's the safest. And then if that fails, then we could look at a semi-natural pharmaceutical approach. If that fails, we could look at a pharmaceutical approach. But in many cases, the pharmaceutical approach will fail to deliver the goods, even in those cases. So the patient will eventually, again, resort back to a natural approach. So that's just my experience based on decades of working with people with parasites. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into why I believe the natural approach for parasites is the best. Less chance of side effects, less chance of severe sickness for the person, and more ability to maintain and retain some microbiome there that we can build a good base on naturally. Because if we keep giving drugs constantly to patients, course after course, we undermine their health and destroy it to such a big degree that it could take decades for that patient to recover their health again. Just saying from experience. Thanks for tuning in.